Good afternoon, or good morning. I'm here in Dubai, so it's just afternoon, just after 12 o'clock. Wanted to check in. I haven't really spoken to you directly by this format for quite some time, and I apologize. I've got a lot of things to tell you today. I'm quite excited about some of the announcements that I'm going to make, or some sneak previews. I've just come back from doing our company parties around the group. We do it every year, where we celebrate the great performance of all my fantastic colleagues and members of staff. It's incredible to think that what started off many years ago on the beaches of Goa, we now have over 4,500 members of staff, and it's wonderful to spend time with them over the last few weeks. Probably slightly brutal on the liver, but anyway, it was great fun. We had parties in Goa, and we had parties in Singapore and Bangalore, and in Bali over the course of about a week. And it was great to get around and meet many members as well in all those places, and to go to some members' parties and just be blown away by your loyalty and positivity and great input. I was in Bali recently, and for those that haven't been there recently, the resort's looking fantastic. We've redeveloped a lot of the beach. We've got a beautiful Indian restaurant on the beach called Karma Samudra, which is serving some fantastic food. I know because I ate too much of it. I'm stretching in my t-shirts at the moment. We've also developed Mare to be a great Italian restaurant with a pizza, and we've developed the bar there, and the whole rooftop is being redone as a bar. And we'll continue that upgrade on the beach by developing what's now the Tiki Bar. We're going to put a big roof on it and make it a much better place to have dinners and lunches in. So expect to see a lot more happening on the food and beverage side. The resort's doing very, very well. It's very full and everyone's enjoying what we're doing. We're also going to expand the spa. We're going to do some new treatment rooms. And at the back of the resort, we're going to do an internal medi-spa where things like IV drips and various medical procedures can be done as part of the spa offering. So that's looking good. Overall, all our resorts are looking very good. We spent quite a lot of time and money upgrading a lot of them recently, so I hope you like what you see when you come and visit us in various places. I was over in India, in Haathi Mahal, and again, all of Haathi has now been done up, so all of the units are now to that much higher standard, which we love and our members like. We have a new members restaurant there, which has got some great cuisine, and we're just currently fitting that out. And in Goa, we're now about to commence full development of Varuna, our new resort, part of which was once the Royal Goan Beach Club, and part of which is raw land, which we acquired, and that's now going to develop into I think it's about 110 rooms, I forget the number, with new restaurants and spas and pools and gyms. So expect to see that work is commenced. There's men with hard hats running around, and lots going to happen there. And then at a point in time, we're now drawing up plans to totally renovate MonteRio. Again, it was one of our first resorts, and it's been incredibly popular, but to be honest, it needs not only a refresh, but really a total redevelopment. So expect to see that done. And so we will see over the next few years all of our early resorts in India coming up to true modern 5-star standards, which I think is a great move. And we are looking for many more resorts. And so you'll expect to see me and hear me announce quite a few more resorts coming up in the not too distant future. I went to Bangalore, and that's great to see. I mean, our office there now has 350 people. We have 3 offices there. In 2 years, it's gone from being quite a small operation to quite large. We base a lot of functions there, like customer services and what have you, which leads me on to an announcement which I think many of you will be very positive about. As you may know, a number of years ago, we decided to centralize a lot of our customer services and our relationships with you, our members, and we put it in Bangalore. And it's been very, very successful, but there has been things about it which I feel are not as good as they should be. The time difference is sometimes tricky. Sometimes the language, even though the customer service person speaks very good English, the phone line's not very good. Sometimes it becomes a bit difficult. So we've listened to you, and we made a decision to slightly reverse that. And the India customer services will remain in Bangalore, but we are going to open up servicing hubs in Australia, in Perth and in Sydney, and in Europe, in Athens and in London, where we will do the customer services for our non-Indian members. I think this will be very well received. The time zone makes it a lot easier. The people that you'll be able to speak to will be your own nationality, maybe come from your own town. They are going to be partly virtual offices. We're not going back to the pre-COVID old days of having just lots of people sitting in a room, because I don't think you need to anymore. They will be more like spoken hubs, where once a week, people will come together, but often people will be working from home or they'll be working on the road, and we'll be employing operators that will be spread all over Europe and all over Australia that will be able to service you well. So I hope you like that, and I think that is a good move, and I think it's one that several people have commented on that we should do. So expect to see more news over that over the coming months, and expect to see more of a local presence in Australia and in Europe that will be able to help you with whatever you need or however you need it. Tied into that, let me talk about Subito. As you know, I'm rather proud of Subito. I think that it's a great acquisition, it's a great addition, I should say, to our portfolio. The pickup has been very, very good. Subito is our app that allows people to see what's available and to make bookings and see what entitlements they have and how many points they have and do curated events and what have you. Our member base is about 102,000 at the moment, and over 40,000 have now downloaded and are actively using Subito. And about half of the booking transactions now go direct through Subito. So it's working well. I mean, obviously we understand it takes time, and some people like to deal with the person they've dealt with for years, and that's fantastic. And we're not changing that at all, but we would encourage you to try Subito because I do think it's a very efficient way to do things. And we have just launched some new enhancements. I was over in Bangalore with our IT people who are geniuses, and I made some flippant comment to one of my managers saying, God, I don't think we've got anyone over 30 in that department, have we? And he looked at me like I was mad and said, John, the lead manager is 24. So it very much is a case of youth driving these things and understanding things that I just don't have a clue about. But they are geniuses. And what we're now doing with Subito is we're about to launch some new enhancements to the product that I think you're going to love. The first thing is going to be called Karma Weekly Escapes. Essentially, this is going to be a section in Subito where you'll be able to see in real time what weekly options are that you can exchange your points for, which is primarily driven through the RCI platform. But it's not a case of seeing what might be available or could be available. It's what's available now. And in the exact same way as you can make bookings into our resorts, you can do it into these third-party resorts. It'll tell you how many points you need, and there's a fixed admin fee of something like $200 or $250, whatever it is. But you can do it then, straight away. If you want to, you can contact us, and all of the contact will be through us now rather than a third party, and we'll do it all for you. But if you want, you can just do it direct, which I think is a fantastic enhancement, to be honest with you. And we have nice gimmicks on it, like the globe, and so you can spin it around and you can see where's available and whatever you want. And if something's not available, you can put in requests and it remotely comes to you when it becomes available. We're also doing Karma Nightly Escapes, which is a bit of the same principle. We've done a relationship with various companies where they will place nightly opportunities on Karma Subito that you can grab, again with points and cash, or sometimes just cash, sometimes just points. And this might be a night in a hotel in I don't know, Los Angeles, or it might be 5 nights in a hotel in Warsaw or whatever. But again, you can do it in real time. You can contact us and we'll help you, but you can do it as you sit on the bus or on the tube or in a taxi, and you can just make the booking, do it through your membership, do it through your points, bang, done. The next one is going to be called Karma Stopovers. And what we've done is we identified that clearly when a lot of our members travel, they go through the same cities. They might go through Singapore or Dubai or Bangkok or London or whatever. So we are negotiating deals with hotels where, again, there are special rates with special benefits that can be done direct through this section, which is the Karma Stopover, and bookings can be made through points and again, whatever. So I think all of these things add so much more flexibility and value and convenience to being a Karma member. We're also about to start Karma Travel. Now, this will be a big way forward for us. We've employed a lady with a huge amount of experience, both in our industry and in the travel industry. And soon we'll be operating a Karma Travel service that if you want, again, through Subito, either phone us, and we can do it all by phone and emails or, faxes or I don't know, whatever, tin cans on the end of a string, or be technological and do it through Subito. But we can offer you travel assistance, advice. We can get visas for you. We could offer you flight tickets. We can do train tickets or car hire or insurance. We can package it all up into an itinerary. We can lock in the various parts of the program in one neat little package for you. And that can be not just for your holidays, it could be for your business travel or your other vacation travel. And soon what will happen is when Trunky, the AI bot, pops up, he will be able to make suggestions for you and be predictive to a certain extent. Say, we see you going here, would you like us to organize travel? And whatever. There's no obligation to use it. You're more than welcome to do travel wherever you want. It's really just trying to add on an extra layer of benefit and service to the events that we're doing. So expect to hear a lot more about that, and that's rolling out quite swiftly, all of those things. But I'm very excited about that. It helps us as a company, and I think it helps you as our members quite a lot. Tied into that a little bit, but what I'm also very excited about are our curated events. As you know, we launched these some time ago. And they've been a huge success. The number of people who are going on these curated events, whether they be cultural or eating or sporting or festive or whatever, is enormous. They almost all sell out now, to be honest with you. We have a dedicated team that is driving them, and I'm very proud that one of them bears the same name as me and is doing a great job. But it's really working well, and we are expanding it a lot. So expect to see not just more curated events, but some really funky ones. I mean, we have just done a deal to get a box at stadiums in Australia. So MCG, the big stadium in Sydney. The events we've got coming up, I mean, I'm so deeply jealous about. I wish it was the Spence with my name on it that was going to these events, not another one. But we've got Ed Sheeran concerts, we've got Oasis, a whole box at Oasis. We've got things like the grand final of the footy, we've got State of Origin, Bledisloe Cup, Melbourne Cup. I mean, it's kind of, you name it. We haven't just got tickets, we've got boxes and hospitality and meet the artists and all sorts of stuff going on that one. I'm actually going to an event this weekend, which is a literary event in Carcassonne. We have a lady called Kate Moss who wrote a book called Labyrinth that I read many years ago and I love. One of the reasons I bought in Carcassonne. And she's going to be there for the weekend, and we'll meet her and she'll show us around and walk around the old city and tell why various areas inspired her to write the book and give us lots more history. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'd rather go to Oasis as well, but anyway, I can't. I have to work. In fact, I think I have a challenge because we have one day where we have a curated event in the day, which is the Melbourne Cup, the race that stops a nation, and we have tickets to a VIP area in the birdcage, and that'll be a big frenzy. I mean, I think that is, yes, train your liver for that one. But then, the same day in the evening, we have a 10-seater box at Oasis with 6 hours unlimited food and beverage package and various VIP aspects to it. So I challenge you, is anyone going to do both in a row? Can you do the Melbourne Cup plus Oasis? I'll probably get arrested for that, or someone will get arrested or end up in hospital. But anyway, my point is I think that there are some wonderful things coming up, and they're all available to you as a member and on Subito. Just click and do them. The final thing on curated events we're going to do is what we call the Power of 10. And we're going to celebrate, I don't know what we're celebrating, but something, by having 10 events, 10 people going to each event, of which 8 are members, 1 is a Karma person, and 1 will be a celebrity or whatever. And their money can't buy once-in-a-lifetime experiences. So there's going to be things like the Super Bowl in America, the Soccer World Cup final in New York, football, what am I saying, soccer, Football World Cup final in New York, and similar huge events, sporting events or cultural events. And we're going to ask you, we're going to announce them all on one day, and we're going to ask you if you want to go to them, and you can give us your expression of interest. And then we're going to do what we call a drop, or a younger generation calls a drop. See, I'm showing my age. Where on 10 o'clock, on the 10th day of each month, we will launch one of the events, and we'll allow you, when you've done an expression of interest, to tell us if you'd like to go to that event. And these really will be quite exciting, big events that I'll be very jealous if I can't go to a lot of them. But expect to see a big splash of the power of 10. Anyway, well, that's about it for me. I could rabbit on about many, many things, but there's a lot of exciting things happening. I always try and keep these about 15 minutes, so I don't want to bore you. But I think there's some great enhancements. The company's doing fantastic. We're having a very good year. We've got some great new resorts planned coming up. I think our renovation program is great. I think the customer services expansion into Australia and Europe is great. The curated things are so exciting, and it adds just so much more value for you to be a Karma member. So let's celebrate. I'm here in Dubai and it's hot as hell out there. So excuse me if I don't do my normal wine. I probably will do it at lunch, but let's pop a coldie. Bit of Peroni before I head out there into the heat. Here is to you. As I've said, we really would be nothing without the loyalty and the enthusiasm and the passion of you, our members. Everything comes from you. So here's to you. Here's to our 4,000 or 4,500 plus staff, and I'd be nothing without their daily dedication, you know, whether it's from the senior management down to the people, well, not down to, along to. I always say the most important person is the person who serves you your coffee at breakfast or checks you in or tidies your room or whatever it is. Here's to all our people. Here's to all the developments that are happening. And here's to maybe the world. I'm not sure the world's getting madder or saner at the moment. But anyway, here's to us doing what we do best, which is creating experiences. Cheers, everyone. Oh God, that's good. More to come.